Hello and welcome back to another episode of my Fulham Career Mode. In today's episode we take on Leeds in midweek in the Premier League and Watford in the FA Cup after the poor performance against Chelsea. We're looking to bounce back quite quickly against Leeds. And after conceding 8 in the first game against them, we wanted to get some revenge against them as well. So for the team on the left, Bielsa, Ayling, Cooper, Dallas Phillips, Click, Beltran, Pavdia, Harrison, Franson. We went for the team on the right. Not many changes to the last team we played. So first action of the game came with us trying to play the ball out from the back. Couldn't quite get it away. Beltran with some nice footwork on the edge of the area. Played it to Bamford, but it was straight at Areola, his first attempt. Beltran then, he was the danger man for them. He was playing some good stuff. Got the cross in, but then we countered quickly. Williamson holding the ball nicely. Played it to Cavaliero, who I thought one player you really want in this scenario was him, but you need someone bursting up in the middle with him, so he took the shot on. It's a good effort trying to get it in that far corner, but couldn't quite manage it. Then we tried to counter again. This time we got our right winger Les, the young kid who come through the youth academy, who I brought through in January. He played a lovely cross in towards Kearney on his weaker foot, and the keeper had to make a very good save. And then from that, Leeds played some nice football, keeping the ball, keeping it away from us, playing it forward. Phillips and Beltran, who were the two key men for them, I think, and they played some really good stuff when they were on the ball. Ball slipped to Beltran, he played it back. They were keeping the ball really nicely off of us for most of the game, and Beltran then played it off to Pavdia, who slipped it back to Beltran, and the one player who deserved a goal got his goal, and we were 1-0 down. It's not Ellen Road, unfortunately, because they hadn't updated it. There was no Ellen Road for some reason in the game, even though they're in the Premier League now. See here, good little bit of play. Just slipped it through, and they had gone 1-0 up. But we had held them a bit longer than we had at Craven Cottage earlier in the season when Rodrigo ran riot. So, thank God for that. So not long after that, they came down the left-hand side, ball played in towards Bamford. We managed to get the header away. We tried to counter. Ball slipped to Kearney. We had the pace on Cooper. He was in behind. Got his shot away. Keeper made the save. And what a block that is. From, I believe it was Koch. Made the block. It was a great block. Williamson trying to follow it up. Then we had a corner not long after. But Mitrovic, very unlike him, heads it into the ground instead. And we had a corner not long into the second half. Played into Mitrovic again, and he heads over this time. Very unlike him to miss 2 chances like that, considering how clinical he's been. Then from the goal kick, Leeds tried to play out from the back a bit like us. Mitrovic did well to put the challenge in. We won it back quickly. Williamson found Lamina. Lamina played it to Kearney. Lovely little flick round the corner to Mitrovic. And as I said, he's usually quite clinical. He finished off the chance. And we were level. It was Leeds 1, Fulham 1. Great finish from Mitrovic. The flick from Kearney is what made the goal though. When you play here, this little flick from Kearney, just a little tap round the corner to Mitrovic, knowing exactly where he was. And Mitrovic, I believe he was top scorer in the Premier League at this point, finishes off, easy as you like, into that far corner. Leeds then were trying to respond to getting pegged back, and they nearly did. It was a good little header from Bamford, and Areola had to react well. We then came forward from that chance. So Kearney waiting for Cavaliero's run on the left-hand side. Tried to get his cross in, but we weren't able to get it in. Then not long after that, we had a free kick up our end. Ball was played to Williamson, and I discovered that his running power was probably the best in the team. And he drove and drove and drove, and he drove so well at the Leeds defence, and then he won a corner. So from the resulting corner, ball was whipped in. Cavaliero went for it, but it was straight into the hands of the keeper. We were in total control at this point, playing some nice football. Brewster was on the pitch, slipped it through to Williamson, and it was another good save from their keeper. Cavaliero then, for the corner on the right-hand side, played it in towards Pablo, who headed wide, but it did come off a defender, so it was another corner. Corner whipped in this time. It's headed back away again, so we had a third corner in succession. Williamson to deliver it again. Played it into Pablo, who scored. He scored He'd won the game in the last couple of minutes for us at Leeds, and that was revenge for the conceding 8 in the game against them earlier in the season. A good corner in. Pablo, very big centre-back. They got no chance winning the header if they're not even going to stay goal side of him. And he heads straight past the keeper. Last minute winner. Would have been a lot nicer for him to score that than when he scored the consolation goal against Chelsea the week before. Leeds then were really trying to get an equalising goal. And they nearly did. If it wasn't for Areola, they would have done click, forcing him into a good save. Leeds then had a corner. In the last action of the game, we managed to head the ball clear. And the referee blew for full time. And so then we had Watford in the FA Cup. Games come thick and fast. They went for Bachmann, Femenia, Cathcart, Dawson, Messina, Hughes, Capu, Sarr, Quina, Sema and Pearser. We made a lot of changes. Rodak, Tete, Foy for Lamarchin, Robinson, Knockout, Lamina, Reed, and Doy, Williamson and Brewster. So a lot of changes. A couple of players that played on the Wednesday night. First action of the game then came with us coming down right hand side. Knockout was quite influential in this game. Played the ball back into Lamina. Lamina played it to Williamson. He slipped it to Ndoye, and I thought, yes, he's going to score his first goal for the club, but no, he was denied by the keeper. He should be doing a lot better there. He then played the ball out wide to Knockout. Got him behind, fired his shot across goal. Good save from the keeper. Watford then had a delivery of the free kick. We managed to get it headed away. And then we launched a counter-attack with Williamson. He played a lovely ball over the top towards Knockout, who'd beaten Cathcart for pace and drove into the box. But he couldn't find a far corner. Very annoying, trying to replicate his goal at Southampton. Watford then pumped the ball forward. We win the header in midfield again. Lamina playing it back to Williamson, and he just drove at this defence and drove and his shot forced the keeper into a good save. We then had a corner. Not long after they managed to head the ball away. It dropped for Reed. Played it to Lamarchin, who played it to Williamson, whose shot was tamed and the keeper managed to hold on. Then into the second half, we were really knocking on that door, trying to get the opening goal. Played the ball out to Knockout again, and in hindsight, when I'm watching these replays, I should have just rolled it across and Williamson would have been there for a tap-in, but he smashed it and went wide again. Watford hadn't had much on in this first half, but then this ball back and they had scored. We were 1-0 down to Championship Watford. I was fully confident we could come back into this game, but it's a bit bad when, you know, you've been playing really well, you had the chances to take the lead and you just haven't, and then he's free in the penalty area. You can't leave, no matter who it is, you can't leave a attacking midfielder, anyone, free in the penalty area because they're most likely going to score. So, and we came forward. Brewster with another lovely ball over the top, and Doy this time getting down the left hand side, coming back inside, trying to get his shot away, but he couldn't. He slipped it to Lamina and he hit the post. So unlucky. Thought we'd equalised. Mario Lamina, very unlucky. And then we had a corner. We'd made a couple of changes. Mitrovic was on, but his header was cleared off the line. Watford then, they continued to attack. They hadn't created an awful lot of chances, but when they did attack, they seemed to be quite dangerous. Ball was played to Cleverley. Cleverley slipped it to Welbeck, of all people, who smashed home. Pretty sure he's at Brighton now, but on this career mode save, he was with Watford. And unfortunately, Welbeck made it 2-0, and we really wasn't much way back for us in this now. It was 10 minutes to go and we needed 2 goals to just bring them back to Craven Cottage and make a replay out of the game. And Rodak was beaten and we were 2-0 down. And Watford could have made it 3. Ball over the top towards Cleverley. They had a man over in the penalty area. Ball was whipped in and the volley comes off the post. We managed to get it clear. Flick it to Mitrovic, who plays it through to Brewster, and he just wasn't clinical enough and smashed it straight to the goalkeeper. So good 3 points in the league away at Leeds, pushing us away from the relegation zone, but a poor defeat in the cup, stopping our FA Cup dream for another year. I'll say another year, but for the first year in this career mode. So Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe. See you later and goodbye.